Okay. So schools telling parents that the student does not qualify for a functional behavior analysis or a behavior intervention plan because the student has a 504 and not an IEP. This is absolutely false. Now let's explain why. So a 504, it's about equal access and accommodations. Okay, it's not about special education or specialized instruction. So how do you qualify for 504? You have to have a qualifying disability that impacts a major life function. All right, so the disability itself must impact a major life function, which is a very broad concept, but it's got to negatively impact the child in their education setting. Okay, there you go. Boom. And so let's say the child has behavioral issues as a result of their disability, and that's how their disability manifests in their school setting. And there's an absolute connection there that then results in, let's say, out of school suspensions or in school suspensions or removals from the school setting to where they're losing instruction. Okay, those things are preventable. But if it's connected to the disability, then of course they're being denied equal access. They're not being accommodated. And this is the thing, we're not trying to accommodate the behavior per se, because people would sit there and say, well, that's insane. I'm not giving the kid, a pass on their behavior. There needs to be consequences, for God's sakes. And my thing is, well, you're not looking at it the right way, okay? Because a functional behavior analysis is a series of observations in order for us to understand the triggers or the antecedents that are producing the unwanted behavior so that we understand the consequence or the motive behind it, and so that we understand as a team, 504 committee, how to address it so that we can avoid the behavioral response altogether. That's the entire purpose. And then we construct a behavior intervention plan and we train staff accordingly so that we can sit there and make sure that we are not inadvertently or unintentionally triggering behavior responses in a child that has a disability. Okay, so that isn't a hard concept. So as you can see, that's not it's not specialized instruction. It is within that realm of accommodation. It is within that realm of providing the necessary supports in the form of that behavior intervention plan and the functional behavior analysis in order to even understand the disability connected behavior that is creating a response so that the team and the personnel interacting and working with your child understand how to navigate around that, and thus a form of accommodation so that we can keep the child in the classroom to the maximum extent appropriate. Okay. And if it continues and if it's something that is not working and there continues to be a revolving door of issues even with the behavior intervention plan, then I would highly recommend taking the next step of evaluation for an IEP, because that would tell me that we need to then enhance or raise the level of intervention so that we're now targeting behavior so that we can teach replacement skills. Okay. And that's an enhancement of that, which does get into the realm of specialized instruction, goal development, and services. But initially, the behavior plan and understanding how the behavior manifests so we can navigate around that and not trigger the child unnecessarily, that is absolutely appropriate under a 504.